and welcome to Match Fishing TV. In this week's show we'll be looking at the Bait Canal Championship on the Stainforth in Keadby, highlight video for that one, some Angling Trust Winter League results, Tunnel Barn Farm and Preston Innovations Gold Valley pairs. Get straight into the action. East Midlands Winter League, we know we talked about the penultimate round last week and they had a practice match this week. Some of the lesser known Fenland drains coming to play. Still produced a few fish.
Oh, it's awesome, Rog. I mean, we're going to talk about some really hard matches this week, and this one, it isn't a difficult match by the looks of it. It looked awesome fishing. Rob Wright won the match, fishing for Census Mark 1Y. He had £19.4 from the Factory Bank.
Factory Bank it's called, yeah.
Awesome day's fishing, £19.4. And the thing that I really liked about it, or caught me eye, he caught on a whip. 3 and 4 metre whips, chucking little balls of ground bait, fishing pinkies, proper like old style whip fishing. And Rob's like absolute lightning. You watch him fish and he's a million mile an hour, so he obviously put in an awesome performance there. He had over 350 fish.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
I saw someone comment on his post and said that whenever he's been on there, he's catching that sort of number of fish. He's doing really, really well at the moment.
Because I think he framed in a March match the other week with a similar sort of number of fish. He loves that. Catching loads of little fish on them drains.
He puts his blinkers on. He puts his blinkers on. He ignores big fish lines, just gets his head down, and you know, it's catch me if you can sort of thing.
Oh,
and they can't. I mean, you know, you put a good angler on a good peg with a lot of fish in front of him, and it's just going to be how much he's going to win by.
Yeah, really, really aggressive and all. Rob when he's fishing, he's like, but brilliant to watch. But there were some good backup weights as well. Dave Rowell was second with 16.6. Colin Outman third. Colin's always there or thereabouts on them drains. He had 15.9. Pete Vaser fourth with £14, and Alistair Ogilvie fifth with £13.
Alistair Ogilvie.
Alistair Ogilvie.
You've said that last week.
Yeah, you're really not very good at that. Ogilvie.
That same name came up, you said it exactly the same.
Fifth on match, £13.
All the leading weights came from that Factory Bank section. I mean,
very interesting.
But what makes the match such an eye catcher is that Factory Bank, obviously all the leading weights came from, but there were sections on the Old Neen at Benwick and on Raveley Drain, and you know, these are all sort of staple for that part of the fens this time of year. The Old Neen at Benwick's worth talking about because you hear the name Old Neen, everybody thinks of March. The stupendous weights. I mean, I know Mark Pollard went back last Monday, having won the match with 30 odd pound on the Sunday. Went back on Monday and pretty much repeated the performance for the Matrix cameras. But Benwick's never actually been anywhere near as good as March in terms of big weights.
Is it the same river, Rod?
It's quite a few miles upstream. Yeah, it is upstream. I mean, it does flow towards March and it flows on out.
Yeah.
But both of them come back up. You'd never know to look at it that it was any different to any other drain in the area. You know, the Cockbank, Raveley Drain, the Old Neen at March, the Old Neen at Benwick, they are basically a system of fenland drains.
Yeah.
Nothing special to look at. Benwick's more out in the sticks, which I think is why the weights are never as good as they are down at March. But it's a consistent winter venue.
Yeah,
awful lot of small fish. Yeah, you know, the section weights, most of them are going to have been won with double figures up there, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
£8, £9. You know, you might just scrape good points in this week's Winter League. But you can also bet there's going to be one or two struggle.
Damn right. It's interesting because, of course, the Winter League finals there in back end of February, so a lot of people will be going to these venues over the Christmas, next few months, practising for that, so we'll probably see some more good results out there.
I think we will. Okay, so from a feast of a venue and a fixture, let's come to the famine. Pole fishing, Preston Innovations pairs qualifier at Gold Valley.
Yeah, what this has been is a very close match. So 1 or 2 bonus fish could have been the difference between, well, qualifying or not qualifying. You were in it till the end, definitely. With the third place pair, so this is 2 people's weights combined, with £5.5. So that was Callum Dixon, Will Ray's.
I'm going to say, you got 2 fair anglers.
They're not bad anglers, are they?
So this has not been a good match. This has been a match where you keep thinking,
Need a bigger flask.
You need a bigger flask. If this wasn't the person match, I'd be watching the football. I mean, this is not...
And it wasn't warm either at the weekend,
No,
was it?
no, it really wasn't.
So, yeah, so Callum and Will have snuck through with that. P. Thomas and M. Charnell, £16.4.
The second.
For second place. Darren Davis and Simon Willsmore they must have put in an absolutely amazing performance. They've had £31.3. So I'm guessing the fish have shoaled up a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly sounds like it. This sounds like one of those matches where either Darren or Simon could have got a couple of fish in the net and then gone and watched it from the calf.
Yeah.
Just look out through the window.
It was Darren Darren had £31.3. He won the match on the Owl of one of the lakes. Actually didn't catch, unfortunately, but I spoke to Callum yesterday on the Canal, and on Thursday the lakes still had ice on them.
Yeah.
So it's thawed out. Couldn't have had any worse fishing conditions, to be fair. And Gold Valley, the fish in Gold Valley are big, wise, old fish, like, you know, big old bream, big roach, hybrids and stuff like that. And I think that, like, it's that clear and cold and difficult. We're never going to be.
No, those big fish, they've stayed in and watched the football.
Yeah, stayed in middle.
Yeah. And the frustrating thing about that pole pairs as well, carp don't count.
Yeah.
So imagine if you sat there all day, you've not had a bite, float goes under, and it's a carp. You're gonna, you'd just pack up and go home.
Sand it down, paint it a different colour and see if you could weigh it in.
Well, actually, at the Barston when I tried sneaking a carp in, didn't I?
Yeah,
I Stu near the end. Said that's an F1 in it. I knew it wasn't.
Okay, so yeah, not a great day for those concerned. Shrewsbury Open on Saturday. Darren Frost has won it, and he issued a statement about his best ever weight in the Shrewsbury match.
Yeah. He didn't actually win. He was second, Rog.
Oh, okay.
I was scrolling through Facebook and I
Lovely
saw it.
chub.
Oh yeah, massive, big old fish. He's there today actually, as we're filming this now. Tom Scully's shooting a feature with him there, and I've just spoke to Tom and he hasn't had a bite yet. So that'll be an interesting one.
Because he had a 4-pound chub and then lots of roach and dace.
Net full of dace. We've got a picture we can drop on screen and show you. But I thought it was nice what Darren said. He said, my best ever weight at Shrewsbury today, and it was only good enough for second place. I had a 4-pound chub early on bread, and then caught dace on my trusty 8-metre whips. Well done to Adi Piggott, who won with a monster £43. And I know Adi Piggott came and watched the Home International at Shrewsbury, and everyone is a right little banterful bloke, you know. And
Panterful.
Yeah,
what a lovely word.
He's just like little grizzly bloke, and everyone says he is the man on that whip for them days. And I thought, I can't see him catching that, and he obviously catches shed loads on it. He had £43. He says, then me with £41.6, then Steve Mayer with £40, and there's been a string of weights between £20 and £35. This must be the best match ever at this venue. Solid. So I thought,
he's not lying, is he?
No, those weights sound a bit good, don't they?
What a day's fishing that is.
Yeah. Send a tanker full of those fish down to Gold Valley.
Yeah, but do it.
It's no, well done, lads. And nice summing up there from Darren.
Lovely.
Okay, now this for me, because I've seen some video footage of it, was the highlight event of the weekend. The Bait Tech Canal Championships on the Stainford and Keeper Canal at Thorn. Matt, do you want to tell us a bit about this one?
I'd let Jake run through the weights first,
so
Rog, to be honest.
What I didn't realise that the BBC cameras were actually there auditioning for the latest series of Splash, weren't they, man? But there is a video that we'll put on about that, and that was quite good, wasn't it?
I'm sure that everyone will enjoy that.
The actual fishing was really good again. Last week the weights were really good. Kyle Wainwright's actually won the match with £18 8 ounce. Richie Pulford second, £17.8. John Freeborn, he's really consistent up there as well, £15.12, and Callum Dixon fourth with £14.10. So really good weights there again.
Callum does some miles, doesn't he?
Yeah, just a bit. Scary, absolutely scary.
I mean, Gold Valley, and then that's come from famine to feast.
Yeah. Right, it's a right old drive, that, isn't it?
But we mentioned, for me, I sat on the sofa last night and looking at Facebook, and my wife looked at me, why are you laughing? And there's this cracking video of Matt. My understanding is this is the first time you've deployed a GoPro to sort of try and capture some action footage
Well, I'll tell you
of yourself while you...
I'll tell you what happened, Rog. I got to my peg nice and early. I got set up. I like to get set up and then go for a walk and have a cup of tea so I'm nice and relaxed before the start of match. So I've got set up on 202, lovely peg. Really looking forward to this day's fishing. It's one of my favourite pegs, that on Canal. Thought I'll have a walk up to Tom, see if he's ready. Poured myself a brew, walked up and he's gone, "Here, Matt, do you want to take this today? You've never filmed yourself fishing, have you?" And he handed me his GoPro camera. And I thought, you know what, I'd be interested to watch a bit of footage back from Thorn just to see if I could see how going wrong or how I could improve.
See where I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah, because it's a bit of a busy match at Thorn, you know, you get plenty of bites. So I've set this little camera up behind me, made sure we're in a position to see everything, you know. And then, about 20 minutes into the match, the incident happened.
This happened. Yeah, brilliant. I've that made my weekend, to be honest. And you didn't break any kit?
The only thing that I broke was my keep arm. When I went in, I don't know if you saw, I tried to once I knew where we're going, I thought, well, I'm in here now.
You didn't try and do it with any style though. Once you know you're going, you should really turn it into a swallow dive or something.
I managed to chuck my iPhone 6 in and all my bait, and it was quite cold, took my breath a bit, but that were all
But
right.
you carried on fishing afterwards?
I had about an hour off. I had to order a new iPhone for this week. I had to go back to the van. I borrowed clothes off about 5 different people. I ended up in Alan Scawthorne's undercrackers, so that's a claim to fame.
Nice.
My mum's going to wash them this week, so I'll bring them next week. And then come back, had a few cups of coffee and got back into it. And actually caught, believe it or not, at £10 exactly.
Just where you put all your bait in down the edge.
Yeah, and that caught loads of fish, exactly where I fell in. Loads of little perch.
Brilliant.
So I might try it again next week, just get in.
Well done, you've warmed my week up. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. Back in a minute. Welcome back. Okay, second half of the show. Straight into the Angling Trust Winter League, River Tees at Yarm. And it's final round.
Yeah, and again, it's fished really well. So good weights. The winner, Mick Lovelace, had £27.9. Peter Ramberton second, 24.14. And Mark Arrowsmith, £21.5. So that actually is the final round, like you said. And that means that Mazzella Quaker have won the league. So they finished with 14 points. Second place, Darlington Angling Centre with 17. So in the end.
It was close for second, wasn't it? I mean, Colmick Woodlands and Maven North East both had 18. So
Yeah, so it has been close.
seeing which was the second team going to go through was tight right to the wire.
Yeah, big time. So what I noticed as well, Mozilla Quaker had a real bomber on the first round.
Yeah.
Because a few of them put up on the statuses on Facebook like, oh, that's it, we're out of it sort of thing. But
so
they've obviously done brilliant to
Some
pull it
comeback,
back.
that is, yeah.
Yeah. I were actually on a feature up there last Monday, this time last week, on the tees. And I tell you what, it's awesome fishing. Them weights are made up of mainly dace.
Yeah.
And they're lovely chunky big fish, odd roach in between. Really nice fishing at the minute up there.
There's a few salmon up there as well.
Yeah, a few of them. So what else there is? There's a few seals. We've
Really?
been having some seals come up over the barrage, yeah.
That's not good.
No, not at all.
You don't want to hook one of them.
Definitely not.
No. It's, they're only counting a fur and feather. Okay, moving on. Loch Ken, the Wayne and Gareth Lambert's two-dayer.
Yeah, this were a nice match, so I thought it were worth a mention because don't really get much coverage in winter up there in Scotland, and you can imagine it's cold enough in middle of summer up there, never mind start of
If
December.
anybody watches Game of Thrones, this is beyond the wall.
Get yourself into Braveheart fishing that venue, I tell you now. But it actually fished okay. It were a little bit patchy, mainly feeder fishing, of course, and it's all long range fishing, quite specialist. But I noticed that like a few of the England feeder team had been up because they've obviously seen it as an opportunity to go and practice that sort of fishing. 80 metres, 90 metres with ground bait feeders people were catching. Day one it fished quite well. Steve Moss won with £18, Dave Collier second with 16.14 and Dave Barnes third with 15.2. And on day two, Chris Stevens won with 21.4, Darren Oliver second with £11 and Gary Taylor third with £10. And that meant that overall, over the 2 days, the winner was Chris Stevens. He had £35.12, nice couple of days fishing, picked himself 650 quid up.
Yeah.
Second place was
Buy
Dave.
himself some new thermals.
Yeah, he can at all.
That's it.
Dave Collier was second with 24.14, picked up 400 quid. Steve Moss third with 23.10, picked up 300 quid. Mike Shaw fourth with 17.6, 200 quid. And Dave Barnes fifth with 17.2, picking up £100. So a nice little festival, somewhere a little bit different.
Yeah.
Very specialist fishing, very difficult fishing, but quite testing, I think.
Absolutely. No, it's unusual to see a result from there at this time of year, and it gets as cold as this. So well done, guys. Hardier than I am. Okay, Tunnel Barn Farm Winter League.
Yeah, so again, this is fished, well, a bit harder in places. There were quite a few blanks actually this time round.
Really?
With it being frozen earlier in the week and then getting to Saturday, it was actually thawed out, no ice on it. Plenty of cold water about. But generally, it's fished all right. Team Guru, again, Paul Holland's gone in the draw bag and pulled out some flyers. Himself, he's actually drawn 2 to my left. And he's won the match, which isn't good for me at all.
What were you playing at?
I don't know. The round before's winner was to me right.
He was knowing his place. That's where he was playing.
Didn't wish he didn't fall in.
But no, exactly. And Paul Holland, he's fished a really nice match. He's just sort of fished down one hole on the far bank all day on maggots, I believe. He's had £75 from high pool, peg 45. Then Frankie Giannicelli, I'm pretty certain he's just dobbed bread all day. So again, a bit of a, he's sort of down his left-hand margin, just dobbed for £64 on Canal 1. And then the rest of the sort of top 7, there's a couple more from the Guru team, Jake Gallagher, Steve Ringer, both fall into that from their pegs. Gary Makin, Steve Waters, and then our very own Joe Caris as well. He was on the sort of other end of high pool as well, but he's had £38. So with that, in terms of the teams on the day, Guru have actually matched their previous round's tally of 99 points.
Awesome score,
which
that.
The best that you can do is 104, so they've basically only dropped 5 section points.
Yeah.
And when you look at the calibre of angler that are on that winter series, really, really good. And overall,
That's affected the overall league, isn't it? I mean,
it has, yeah. So MAP were on top.
MAP Bait Tech.
Yeah. But they're actually now second, but just on total weight, I believe.
Yeah.
So Guru have sort of sneaked onto top, but they are still joint on points. Match fishing drawbags as well, as we touched on a fortnight ago as well. They're sneaking up, so they're now on 298 points. So they're just hoping to hunt down those top 2 spaces, and there's 6 rounds left, I believe. So it's going to be a close one.
Brilliant stuff.
Okay, and then finally for the week, Matt, let's have a look at the Canal and Canal, the Census Commercial House Christmas match.
Yeah, nice one. Vince always sends in his results from it. He's proud of his fishing down there on Bristol Avon and Kennet and Avon Canal. It was a very difficult match. I've missed the blooming names off, haven't I? The surnames. Jeff won the match, don't know his surname.
Well done, Jeff.
Well done, Jeff. Sorry, I haven't got your surname on there. He fished 13 metres, fed casters and pinkies, but I did notice he caught a couple of big fish. 2 chubs.
Can we cut that? Okay, and so on to the Census Commercial House Christmas match on the Cannet and Avon Canal.
Another difficult one, this, Rog. Jeff Sermon won the match. He had 8 pound odd, he caught 2 chub, a couple of pound apiece, loose feeding casters and fishing pinkies on the hook, so a couple of bonus fish have helped him out there. Shane Caswell was second, he had 8 pound 4. Interestingly, he caught a totally different fish, he caught 15 skimmers I think he got on casters as well.
And Vince Lunn, who organised the match.
Yeah, he finished in 3rd place with £6.13. He caught fish on bread all day, little roach, odd little skimmers. So 3 completely different nets of fish taking up the top 3 places.
You said there it's fish difficult, but they're still really good weights, aren't they?
Considering,
for a canal.
Yeah, it is only a really narrow canal
yeah.
as well. I remember going on a feature there once, and it's so clear.
Yeah.
You can pot your bread in, and you can still see it on the bottom. You can see fish coming over it, and
I saw one of the sections was one with only 5 ounces. That's where you don't.
Okay, so
that's where you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Upstream of Richardson's Hard. So not great if you're out there. But no, that's winter fishing.
yeah, of course it is.
There aren't any easy matches at this time of year unless your name's Mark Pollard. Okay, well that's us done for another week. Don't forget, speak to your local match organisers. If there's anything you want us to cover, get the results sent in by early Monday morning to matchfishingtv@dhpub.co.uk, and we'll try and give them some coverage. Thanks for watching.